Hello, it's great to see you, and I'm really happy to have this chance to say thank you very much for what you did, because we will say about that, but it's incredible. And what you did with this book, you upgraded that, made it really much better for me. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I mean, thank you for letting me like work on this amazing book and got me so inspired, and I was so pumped to work on it. So it was
So,
just
do you
my
remember?
honor to work
Do,
on it.
do you remember how we met?
Yes, I do. Do you want to go, or you want me to tell?
Yeah, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just watching some videos, like an Aikido video, because I sometimes looking at some fancy new Aikido video popping up. It's all my YouTube subscription and stuff. And I was looking for some difference in the ukemi, so I was typing a ukemi video, and your video popped up, and it was like one of the Russian seminar you were teaching students, and one of the video that you were actually teaching them front roll and a back roll, it one in the same. It's just a reversal of the same thing. So you actually had one of the volunteer come up, and you actually did the front roll over him, and then exactly at the point contact point, you actually reverse that, go back roll back into the your original position without touching him. So when I looked at it, I was like, that's really cool. That's how it's supposed to be. And I was, and I'm an artist and I'm an animator as well. So I took that and actually drew your poses and laid them out. So in theory, if I just do you, if I just animate you rolling forward, and if I just reverse it, I don't have to animate backward. So I basically drew everything that you did front roll and copy paste and reverse the animation order, and it worked exactly like the video. So it's like, hey, it looked like really pretty cool. So I actually wanted to share. So I sent you the Facebook. I found you in the Facebook, your dojo and all that stuff, finding out information in YouTube. So I sent you the image, and you looked at it. You really liked it, and I think that's how the conversation started and how we got to know each other.
Yeah, it's really interesting. We're talking about this exercise, which actually comes from Judo. It's really, really good, good practice for ukemi. Rolling forward and backwards is exactly the same exercise, but the human brain doesn't work this way. So you have to learn. This is funny how like you're an artist, so uh, you get this message not from math, you get it from drawing. It's,
Yeah,
yeah,
studying of human movement, not
yeah.
even a martial art. It's just like it is what it is.
Yeah, so after that we talk a lot, and yeah, I suggested that you, because as soon as I figure out that you are the artist and you can draw, I was like, oh, how can I use this guy? And this is what I'm doing all the time. I'm using all these artists, like, oh, how can I use them for glory of Aikido?
Sure.
And then you did this few
I
small.
think one of the seminar you're going to be doing, you needed Aikido throw.
Yeah,
So
sound like poster. Yeah, and then you read the book, and I've got this email, which is very personal, but I'm really touched with this because uh, actually, what I have to say is, um, as I said before, I was trying to write the book, which will be universal, but still in my head, uh, it was like, okay, Polish people who do not train Aikido, they will get it. I didn't ever dream about the Korean guy living in Texas who will get the message, because that was like so deeply in a communistic childhood in 70s in Poland. I didn't yeah, and then when you came up, and actually your email was really personal but also was really correct. It was like you got the message. Yeah, you got the message, and I was like, wow, it looks like it works actually. Yeah. And yeah, then it started because I was like, yeah, your first idea was to use the small versions of the picture for every chapter.
mhm.
Yeah, like you said,
Harry
Harry.
Potter.
Yeah, this way. And as I actually, my magic is I'm trying to force people and use them. It's like people, I'm surrendered in my dojo by by artists, and I have no idea what they're doing, but it's like I'm pretty good, like in my head is like, I have no idea what he's doing, but I'm gonna say like, go ahead. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, great idea.
Yeah, that's a true leadership right there.
Yeah, but most of the times we have no idea what we're doing, and yeah, but still. And then was like a couple months of really hard work, as I said, mostly yours, and we've got it. I don't even know. It's like 60 pictures.
Yeah, a little bit more than 60 pictures, including some of the poster design that we have done.
No, but the funny thing
Eventually,
is, the most funny thing is, for me is like when you send me few of the pictures, I decide, okay, this guy is really nice and he knows what he's doing. It's beautiful job, and he doesn't want a lot of money, hopefully, and so let's put him in a team. And I said to you, can you send me some information about you? And you send me this information. I was like, oh, another crazy guy. That was my first reaction. First reaction was like, oh shit, he was so nice, but he is crazy. It's not like I'm not crazy. You know, we all are in this business, but that
that's
was
how
like,
we survive.
yeah. When you said me, you can you can you tell me tell us about your work and where did you work before?
Okay, sure. I majored in art illustration school in New York City, SVA, and after the school, I got an internship at Walt Disney Feature Animation in Florida. So I did a three months intense internship with animation, and I got hired to work on Disney's Pocahontas, Tarzan, Mulan, Lilo and Stitch, Brother Bear, and not to mention all the video games and interactive media, storytelling media uh, included in the movie that come out with. And then I worked on a lot of park stuff as well, like a park needs some animations and some particle effects or something. Then I actually get to work on that stuff. So I worked on like 9 years at Walt Disney Feature Animation.
Yeah,
And after that, Disney was a forego of all the artists, and I joined the video game industry. Now I'm a video game uh, animator, illustrator, a 2D effects artist at the company called Gearbox Software in Texas.
oh, it's great. Because the thing is, like, okay, about video games, I know almost nothing except what my son plays. But when you hit me with this Disney information, I was like, okay, so crazy because as I said, I did like few short text for the Polish guy who wants to Polish guys who wants to do Aikido, and I didn't expect guy from Disney company, to do illustration for that. This is just crazy, especially because we're the same age, we're 50, and I grew up in communistic Poland. How old you were when you came to United States?
I came here when I was 14.
Yeah, so it's pretty much like you know what doesn't mean for the rest of the world, Disney. It's
I mean,
it's
I know Disney. We saw Disney TV in Korea or something, but I never even imagined going to
yeah,
Disney World or anything like that at all in my childhood.
yeah. So it's for me it's just funny because I didn't. That was one of the few things you could actually see because there was not much political meaning in it. So seeing the communist bloc, it was so big. For Christmas we watched these movies, and also a whole generation grew up. I'm too old for to be child, as a child watching the movie you were working on, but still, those are like I don't know, it's like pop cultural, international language. That's amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, many parents have to overwatch it multiple times because kids been watching
yeah,
on a
yeah,
video tape or DVD over and over and over again. So parents get to watch it whether they like it or not.
yeah. So it's for me really amazing when we actually complete this task and we have this book with all these pictures, and yeah, thank you very much.
Oh,
Yeah, again.
welcome.
Okay, so can we talk a little bit about that? I don't want to
Sure.
go in this, personal stuff like what this book means for you because uh, I think what you wrote, like coming from your heart and from your experience, that you realize that the most of the mm, all the decisions coming from student, not from the teacher. Like you fully control the whole situation, the relation between the teacher and the student. The teacher just, the only thing you can do as a teacher is just sitting there and wait for the student, and then teach him if he's ready, and let him go if he wants to go. You can't force anyone, and it's really interesting. Do you have anything to add to this? Or
Throughout my life, I had many different teachers, especially like Aikido wise. I could consider at least like a 4 or 5 influential teachers, with you being one of most recent one.
well, we never
uh,
we never trained together. This
I
is the second
know,
time we
but I
talked
mean,
to
just
each other.
reading your book, like, it got me like completely trained. Doesn't matter how old you are, you are pro at what you do, and you definitely could train people throughout your video or knowledge or whatever. Just watching your video just taught me so much as well. But I mean, throughout my life, I met several Aikido teachers who really influenced me as a human being, as a like a how to represent yourself. And the beauty about Aikido isn't really about like a conflict resolving or anything like that. It's about like community and harmonizing and understanding each other, and really good principle. And I mean, as a Korean kid, we all have to learn Taekwondo. It's like a grain in our brain and our blood. So, but I hated it because you would contact, and I hate, I hate getting in sparring and stuff because I really don't want to get hit and all that stuff. My brother was excelled at it. He was like the #1 like black belt student at Taekwondo, whatever. But I just hated it. But when I approached Aikido, it was way more different than what it is. And then that kind of thing, continual progress, just meeting different teachers and learning from each one. And they all have a different teachers above them, right? Like Greg O'Connor says in New Jersey, he had Yamada Sensei. John Johnson Sensei had Yamada Sensei, and he had Kanai Sensei to look up to, and you as a Chiba Sensei. And I actually had a chance to meet Sugano Sensei when I first actually saw Aikido for the first time. So these teachers keep teaching their students, now become masters and teachers, and that continue to progress. And that process is like keep blossoming, and it is evolving as well too. So I think that's the most beautiful thing. Even though I'm a Korean, the reason that I'm attracted to Japanese martial art, Aikido, is it's harmony. It's really peaceful, and it's about being even protective toward the aggressor. I think that was the most beautiful thing about Aikido. Even you are a martial artist, you're in a almost like a death match. You still take care of your counterpart. Well, we do that every day, practicing uke and all that stuff. So I value that highly, and all the teachers that I met, they always value about, if you harm your partners, there won't be anybody to practice with. So do that to take care of them. So that always kept in my heart. So whenever I teach, I always focus on ukemi and teaching my student how to protect each other and to help each other. You're not here to like show off how strong you are. You're there to learn together as a harmonizing and as a group and as a club. So these kind of things always embedded me. I don't know, am I answering your questions or not?
Oh
But,
yeah, you answered many questions I didn't ask.
yeah. These are
Yeah,
why I love
I'm
Aikido.
I'm coming from a little bit different tradition and different country. It's like Chiba Sensei was very unique, and then I have to say again, I'm just one of many students he had, and having this book um, actually made me think like where is this responsibility for passing this message, what we're trying to do, and it's not only training, there's also attitude, and also whole universe of relation, or nature of very unique nature of relation between the teacher and the student, which doesn't exist in most of the cases, because it's so difficult, hard, easy to take advantage of, can be very easy toxic. This border between the constructive and destructive aspect is really very delicate, and everybody makes mistakes, and especially Chiba Sensei, who used to be brutal and moody. You read the book.
No, I
So
heard it from my senses and read the
also,
book too.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. So there are people who experience him much more intensely than I did for years and years. So I'm not trying to be like someone who knows the best. And also, this message is very much subjective. I saw what I wanted to see. Anyway,
sure.
uh, so you jump in the book. I have few questions. The first, just to introduce, is my idea was I was really um, pushing to make this book universal. Like there are no pictures of the teachers. There's no picture. There are no photographs, because I really believe if you read the book and you see the photograph, your mind is already set,
Mm-mm.
and it's easy um, not to see it as your potential story, because it's already someone's. So that's why the pictures are like, someone. Oh, by the way, I'm surrounded by your picture. Yeah, I forgot to
Love
say
it.
that, but yeah, but
Love it.
it's really uh, uh, like a someone's hands gesture, and very abstract pictures. And we were talking about every of there are like 60 of them. I don't remember the number.
Had the picture.
Yeah, the
So
pictures. Yeah. So we
whichever
had
how
this.
many chapters you have, that's how many
Yeah.
pictures there are.
Yeah, but many, and we were talking. Some of them, they have like deeper meanings, and hopefully we will talk about that. But
Of course.
my question is, from because I watch all of them like last 2 days just to get ready to this conversation. You really like drawing animals, do you?
Not that I was starting out, but I mean, I like to get in the training or get into the Disney internship. Drawings. We have to have a figure drawing of human, like nude or whatever. We also need to have an animal figure drawing. So I didn't do any animal drawings before,
Yeah.
and then because of that, I started drawing, and there's a lot of similarity between human being and animals as well, like a bone structures and all that stuff. So I got interested in drawing animals and stuff that actually helped me understand human being even more so. So it's not like an animal is my favorite drawing to do, but I mean, I could do it.
Yeah, so yeah, because I watched them, and the goat, what was else there? Rat, the deer is they really beautiful, and I like details, and
Oh,
yeah,
thank you.
yeah, yeah. I already told you many times that, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So just for a record, it's supposed to be like a small pictures under the title of the chapter,
Yeah, we're
but
gonna like shrink it or something,
yeah,
right?
yeah. But then we had another guy, Kuba, who designed the
Front cover.
front cover, and and then he started to play with this, and you have it, yeah. And then the pictures turn into like most of them they just
They're
on two
huge.
pages, they're huge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're huge. I was
they
like, whoa.
yeah, but they're still beautiful. They still, yeah. Some of them we have to fix in the future, because
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
I will talk about that. But
Okay.
no, but he did incredible job. So another guy to thanks. And um, another thing very interesting for me was the how strongly you insist that we will use, like in these pictures, real models. Like, okay, for example, there was like a feast for a chapter of anger. There was a chapter about anger,
Mhm.
and I said, okay, how about the feast? And he said, hey, yeah, but it has to be your feast.
It is. It has to be because it's your book.
Yeah,
And
and
whether people know it or not, now they will know watching this video for sure. But
oh, they
even when
will,
you,
because I'm planning to put them together next to each other, the picture
yeah, yeah,
and the
yeah.
drawing. Yeah, and that made the work a little bit difficult, but for sure, right now I have a picture. I have a book with all those hidden meanings. And
Hmm.
yeah,
Personal to you.
there's a story I wanted to tell you, and it's really funny because a couple years ago, right now it's impossible because of the political situation, but I was teaching a seminar in Minsk in Belarus,
Hmm.
which is like almost official enemy of Poland now.
Oh,
Um,
geez.
so I was teaching their seminar, and those guys they gave me a gift, and the gift was incredible, beautiful, amazing picture. You know, like a hand drawing picture of me as a samurai, like a proud samurai with the two swords, and there was a samurai castle
Wow.
behind me. Amazing thing, but I'm coming from the culture like, what the hell am I gonna do with this? You know, it's like if I put it somewhere, people just gonna laugh at me. It's like a megalomanic,
Yeah.
crazy guy.
Well,
So
I mean, it's a student's gift to you, so you have to
yeah,
honor it
I
somehow.
know, and I enjoy it, but what are you gonna do with this? And I have it in the office. It's not even hanging; it's just standing on the floor. Because if my students see me hanging my own picture on the wall, and but I'm still like, okay, everybody is a little bit, selfish and shallow. So inside of me is this guy like, oh,
I
it
want to
looks really
see it. I
cool.
mean,
Yeah,
I
I'll
don't
send it
really
to you.
care what you do with it. I want to see
So
how it is.
no, but where I'm going to this moment when we had this chapter about guru, and the chapter about guru, just for people to this is about the concept of, all those big leaders, almost like a sect leaders, in 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s in Poland. Aikido was almost like religious, and uh, attract very interesting people. And right now it's impossible because we are almost like you guys. We're just making money and trying to sell it, use it. And for the concept of this chapter was like, this potential guru today is just crazy guy digging in the trash, being in a bus station. And I said
Yeah.
to you, okay, so that's my idea for the picture. The idea is to have a guy digging in the trash. And you said, oh, it has to be you. And I, no, no,
I didn't mean to put you
no,
in
no,
that
no, no,
position,
but you
but
don't get it. I had so much fun because I said, like, oh shit, yeah, he's right. It's the coolest thing ever to have a picture of me as a homeless guy digging in the trash, drawn by
that you
guy
can
from
hang up
Disney
on the wall.
company.
That you can hang up on the wall, and no one can
I can
have
hang both
ridiculous
of
one.
them together, and
Yeah.
they this way, they're like plus and minus. There's zero now. It's okay. So yeah, I'm too lazy, but I'm gonna print it, frame it, and put both of them next to each other so I can enjoy both of them.
That's great. I was having fun. I mean, having a photograph is always a good indication. Like you can actually convey your message much quicker because like what you see in your vision and what I see in my vision is really different. And this is really personal book of yours, and I don't want it to like go away from that. So that's why I rely on your information a lot to represent this stuff. And then when we started with the drawing, I think the wiener dog was the first drawing that we did, and it was more like a more realistic rendition of the
Yeah.
drawing style. So I was like, well, if we set it in that style, we're gonna continue to do that for all of it. I'm not gonna stylize it. I'm not gonna Disneyfy it or anything. We're gonna keep it,
No.
yeah, realistic illustration style. So
Yeah.
that's the style set we did. And on the way, when we talk about ideas and stuff, I just infuse that idea with sometimes you send me photo references. I use that. Sometimes I find my own references, use
Yeah.
that, just combine some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes I come up with it, but it all lead to the more realism and then like subtle hint of like some hidden meaning for each
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Hidden meaning is good. It's like I was even thinking about like explanation, but after that, who cares? If someone is interested, they should.
Yeah, they could come to you and ask you.
Yeah, yeah. If they really want, they will find it. I saw this incredible poster of how's it, banner in English? It's like a big poster.
Banner.
It's yeah, the banner, but something hanging on the wall in the city, advertising the karate dojo, and there was like, karate dojo. If you care, you will find us. There was
Uh,
no address, no telephone number. It was really interesting. Probably waste of money, but still, it's cool. It's still,
but
we did something
interesting
like that
marketing.
recently. We did something that like that in a dojo. We have this idea, this Zen circle,
Uh-huh.
and the question, which was common from sensei, how to get to the center of the circle. and that's it. There's nothing. There's no Aikido, no telephone, nothing. There's something like that. And I'm still hoping some people will, just be curious enough to find us. We will see.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
so
great.
yeah, it's great, but probably a waste of money. But we will see.
It's like
Yeah,
one of those inception thing. You like you try to
yeah.
put something implant in people's head, and they try to figure it. They go like, "Aha! I got it. I know what you mean."
I have another question to you about the culture differences, and this is really
Sure.
interesting because I've learned so much. Like, okay, we had this chapter about the food. So what's going to be symbol for the food in your culture? I didn't know. Yeah, I said in my culture, Catholic East European culture will be bread.
Mm-hmm.
Bread is something like, in Asia it will be rice, probably,
Yeah,
something like you don't
or
waste,
rice.
you have respect for that. This is
Mm-hmm.
this is in Poland is a bread. We're saying you don't waste the bread. You never trash the piece of bread.
We
Never. It
we
was
we
like,
say we don't waste a
yeah, the
single
growing of, yeah,
rice
yeah.
grain.
That's what Chiba Sensei used to say. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you draw this thing which looked like a birthday cake for me, and I asked, "What's that?" And he said, "Oh, this is American image for bread or cake or whatever, the symbol of the food." And then another one was uh, the teacher, and he said, "Oh, it has to be apple."
Yeah.
I didn't know about that too. It's like I asked many people here, nobody had idea. It's like, okay, in your culture, in your part of the world, apple is a symbol of the teacher.
Yeah,
Doesn't make
it's like
any
in
sense here.
no, it's like in American olden days when the student comes into a classroom, they will bring an apple for teacher to eat. That's like their
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
appreciation.
explain. Yeah, yeah. In
Yeah,
in
so
in
like
East Europe, probably like a wooden stick to hit you, something like that.
uh, oh, oh,
uh,
that's funny.
oh,
Olden Korea, we used to do that
probably,
for sure.
probably that.
Not anymore. You get sued big time.
I'm
So
just kidding. Everything is changing.
yeah,
No.
teacher is the one who's supposed to discipline students in the Korean culture. As you know, sometimes parents do, but most of the time they would be scared of more of their teachers than their parents are, because teacher will actually smack you if you did something wrong or something. Even until when I in high school in Korea, I think that was the thing. It was always like, understood. Even parents won't care about that. It was like, oh, you deserve it. Parents will say like, you deserve it. Nowadays, if teacher even raise a finger on a student, and oh my god,
Yeah,
police will come.
everywhere is the same, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's more complicated than, yeah, that should be the subject for another conversation
Of course,
between people smarter than us, probably.
for
Um,
sure.
we did, you did, but we were working on a few illustration over there with like a deeper meaning, like this idea about the sensei as a bear. That's came from you, actually,
Did we?
and you don't even
I
remember.
I have a feeling that we came up with it together somehow. And then you said something. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's interesting. I'll try to do that.
Okay.
And
So
then it
just for people who are curious enough to
we have a picture right behind you too.
uh, do I? Oh,
Yeah,
I
right
don't.
behind. The other way. The other way.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, it's here.
Right
It's
there.
an old bear letting the young one play with the, yeah. If you're
Beehive.
interested, yeah, yeah, and yeah, it's really, it looks like a lovely, simple pictures, but there are many hidden levels of in many of them. Some
Mhm.
are really simple, but that was the message too, just to
Yeah.
hit you with the picture.
I think one of my favorite one that I had to pick one. I'm sure there's many of you like too. One of the one that I had to do was Chiba Sensei. That we were talking about the chapter for Chiba Sensei.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, are we gonna use a Chiba Sensei's a photo reference or something? It seems like too obvious. And you mentioned that you don't want to do like teachers photographs or anything like that. You want it to be more ominous and then have it more deeper meaning to it. So I was trying to find a way, and then you said something about something related to uh,
The meaning
tree
of
of
his name. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I looked it up, and Chiba means like leaf.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he was born in Tokyo, so famous Tokyo leaves are basically kinko leaves.
Yeah.
And then during the fall season, they turn yellow gold, and then whole city become like a gold baited, beautiful. The like a gold, like just came over entire city or something. There's a beautiful uh, uh, temple with like a golden roof and stuff, and there's like a kinko leaves all over the surrounding it. It looks like a golden yellow everywhere. And I looked at it, I was like, wow, that's beautiful image. And then thinking about how much he uh, influenced everybody who he touched, which meaning leaves falling on a little pond and creating a ripple, and then ripples just creating more ripples, and then just infecting the whole. So I think that would be a really really subdued and nice way to like it. Many people won't get it. They wouldn't even understand what it means.
Yeah,
But I
that
think
was that's why I didn't want to stop you, but I was thinking like it's gonna be our, like our secret, one of them, and you just really you just said that, and
I know, but well,
who
people
gonna
gonna
who?
wonder.
But anyway,
Cut
who
this
gonna
out.
listen this? We're talking like 40 minutes. Who gonna listen so long?
Yeah, cut this part out if you don't want it. I
No,
don't
no,
know.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah,
But I love it. I love all the chances, all the drawings I got a chance to work with, and some more technical than the other. Like more uh, architectural stuff
yeah,
has to be more like ruler precise and all that stuff. Some more like organic, like a snake or the human beings or something.
yeah. I
So
must
it's
say
a
that
really
some
good
of them
challenge.
they really different style. Yeah, it's like the Camisa picture and the prison picture. They really, like you said, they like architecture plan. But it has a meaning also, and
Yeah,
it works altogether. Works really. Yeah.
yeah. I want to see since I kept that realistic style. I need to keep doing that rather than doing a simple iconographic kind of stuff. So I wanted to keep everything look the similar and same quality of work as much as possible.
No, no, you're professional. I just all I can say is like I really like it. That's it.
Like,
Even
thank you.
if yeah, and
That means so much to me. Thank
I
you.
sometimes I talk to people who are like professionals. They say, "Oh, look at the distance from the end of the drawing to the edge of the page is different here and here. Who cares? I really who cares? They're really sad life you have if you spend your life on the
Like
measuring
a minutia.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, this is this is something we actually at least I know we are proud of. And I'm Aikido teacher. I'm teaching people like I had like 5 classes today how to take ukemi. But
Mm-hmm.
me and people who share the same passion, we were able to do like regular book, and it looks like real book. It is.
It is a real book.
Yeah, yeah.
So it'll be a mandatory purchase for all the students to buy these books.
No, my guys don't buy the
No, I
English.
mean I'm saying any new student coming in,
Yeah,
you
if they
have to
speak in
okay,
English, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
any mandatory
No,
student to
the
buy.
Polish version exists. The
Of
Polish
course,
this is the
yes.
Polish version. Yeah, you can get it. My guys, it's really interesting because some of them they train with me for years. They don't know about this book, and
Mm.
and also there are many um, interesting, really strong stories they didn't get to the book. So
Oh,
my students, they when they read it, they say, "Oh, this is like really nice version of it." Yeah, it's like you didn't
oh.
do this and this and this, and also,
Hey, then you go write the book. This is my book. I'll write it how I
yeah,
want
that's
to.
exactly But when you write the book, don't write about me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When I
okay,
die, then write about me, but not as long as I live.
yeah, soon. Listen, we're gonna say goodbye to each other. Thank you for this time. I hope to this is not the end of our cooperation, and the book will be really
I'm sure.
famous. And so just to make it clear again, this is not for us to have new cars and new houses. The dojo which I run is very active in many programs, and you know, beside the fact that we are like full-time dojo with the 5 hours of the training every day, we also, you know,
With the
offer.
Ushideshi program.
Yeah, Usideshi program is kind of frozen right now because
Mm-mm.
we gave away the Usideshi room for Ukrainian refugees, and there's a family
Ah,
family living there, and there's no way to say goodbye to them right now because they just kind of rely on us, and you know, I can't do it. But you know that we have like 20 kids from Ukraine working in a dojo, training in a dojo for free. We collect a lot of money to give it as an organization, which is called Birankai Pol, and we
you guys are
collected.
amazing. You guys are
No,
just
I mean,
so amazing.
like, listen, we it happened that we became in the middle of kind of war. You know, we're not active in it, but we've got like 3 millions of refugees, and we country of 40 million of people, and we got like 3 millions in couple weeks actually. And
Mm, mm, mm.
what happened here, the beauty of, you know, what happened was like people just took those strangers home. I never saw something like that. I wasn't. I generally don't like Polish people. I don't like us, but what we did now, I'm really proud of us.
No, I'm proud of you too. I
No,
think
we just,
Poland is
yeah, okay.
all the other
So
countries give weapons to Ukraine, but you guys actually
uh,
giving humanity heart. So
yeah, we
that's the
have
most beautiful thing.
yeah, that's gonna be a stupid joke, but we prefer to keep our weapons still here because we may use it soon. But anyway, the dojo is really active. We offer the free classes for the schools, and as you say, as you see, also we're trying to help. You know, if there is need, and this money from this book will support all these programs.
That would be
So
amazing. That would
yeah,
be my
we're
honor.
doing something called big Aikido, something going bigger than just, you know, throwing each other, and
Mhm.
you can help us. Just buy book or 25 books.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Let me know when I can
No, but
order, and
at the,
I'll.
yeah, before we finish, because you know, like everybody who listen to you is probably trying to see all these treasures behind you.
Oh, toys.
Those are
My.
not toys; those are collectives. Like
Oh
how say
yeah,
this?
sure. Collectibles.
Collectibles. Yeah, collectibles. Yeah, I don't see toys. I see a lot of money.
Yes. Someday, if I lose
Someday,
my
I know.
job,
I know.
these will be paying for my kids' tuition and all that stuff. Sure.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank
And
you so much,
yeah,
Sensei.
see you in next project.
Yes, sir. Oh, already
Okay. Next
second
time
book. Huh?
you you write the book and I will do the
Oh
drawing.
no, no, no! I'm not writing no book. I'll just illustrate.
Thank you everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Enjoy the book. Buy the book.